All right, so today we're going to briefly review how to graph lines and how to solve for y. Okay, so briefly reviewing those things. If we were to have steps, the first thing we do when we're graphing is, if possible, we need to solve for y. Okay, we need to solve for y. Then after we do that, we need to do a point at the y-intercept. Then from there, we do rise over run. Okay, so that's how we graph. We solve for y, point at the y-intercept, rise over run. Y'all know this for the most part, so I'm going to be going kind of quickly over this. So let's look at it. So if it's given to you in slope-intercept form, this means it's already solved for y. The y is already by itself, it's isolated. I can go ahead and graph. So remember, this is my slope, and this is my y-intercept. So we're going to start by putting a point at -3. So on your y-axis, we're going down here to -3, and we're putting a dot. Then our slope is 2/3, up 2 over 3. So from that dot, up 2 over 1, 2, 3. Up 2 over 1, 2, 3. Up 2, 1, 2, 3. It's gorgeous. We can even go the other direction. Down 2 over 1, 2, 3. Down 2 over 1, 2, 3. I'm just making all the dots there. Good. And then we do our best to draw a straight line, which on this computer is a little difficult, but oh, I'm kind of proud of that. That's good. Okay, love it. So we know how to graph that. But let's look at the middle. Standard form, or basically when it's not solved for y. So when it's not solved for y, we have to get the y by itself. So we're going to get rid of this x. If you're someone who needs to throw a 1 in front, go for it, but I'm not going to do that, but you definitely could. I'm going to subtract x on both sides. That goes away. I'm left with 4y equals. You could put -12 minus x, but I like having the x in front. So it's kind of your choice how you want to do that. Then we divide by 4. Now, this is technically a 1, right? So -1 divided by 4 is not -4. It is -1/4 x. Okay, reduced fraction there. -12 divided by 4 is -3. Okay, so once it's solved for y, we put a point at the y-intercept again, which is -3. That's great, love it. Now my slope is -1/4, which means down 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, left 4, up 1, left 4. Perfect. So it should be something like that. It's a negative slope, goes down, gorgeous. Okay. For the most part, I think y'all are fine with that, but when it comes to vertical and horizontal lines, I think this is where we might get tripped up, okay? So real quick, if it is an x equals equation, that means the point goes on the x-axis, and it is vertical. This is a vertical line, okay? So x equals 5. It's no longer y equals mx plus b. X equals 5. We go to the x-axis, so we're looking over here, and we're going to positive 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. And then we draw a vertical line, like so. Okay? That's x equals 5. Let me change colors. So then, if it's a y equals equation, this means you put the point on the y-axis, and it is a horizontal line. So y equals -2 means I go to the y-axis, -2, and then I draw a horizontal line, like so. Okay? So if you see an x equals or a y equals equation where there's no other variables there, that's how we do that. Okay? Let's look here. What slope is parallel to 2/3? What slope is parallel to 2/3? Well, parallel lines have the same slope, so it would be 2/3. What slope is perpendicular to -1/4, right? Well, the opposite of a negative is a positive, and if I flip 1/4, I just get 4 over 1, or just 4 there. So the perpendicular slope is 4, and then I didn't have you do it for this one, so we left it blank. So I would like you to, if you're doing this on your own, I'd like you to pause and try to graph these on your own. So I'll give you some time to do that. Please pause and graph it on your own, and then we'll come back in a second. If you're listening now, I hope you at least attempted, which I'm sure some of you did not, but let's just pretend, okay? All right, so this guy right here, the first one is already solved for y. The y-intercept is +2. So we go up here to +2 and put a point. The slope is -2/5. So down 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we go up 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop, there we go. So it should look something like that. Okay, perfect. In the middle, these are x equals and y equals equations. Remember, if it's y equals 4, we go to the y-axis at 4. And then we draw a horizontal line. X equals 2 means we go to the x-axis at 2. And we draw a vertical line. It's hard to get on the line with this little laptop thing, but y'all got it. Okay, perfect. Then this last one I have to solve for y. So I would subtract 6x. This is a little different because 0 minus 6x is just -6x. We divide by -2. And y equals 3x. Okay, I mean, in theory, you could have a +0 over here, but that's unnecessary. Okay, y equals 3x is what I would like you to write. Well, what's the y-intercept there? It's just 0. So we start at 0, then we go up 1, 2, 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3 over 1, and then go down 1, 2, 3 over 1. So it's like something like that. I know my straight lines are amazing. Okay, so that's a very quick review of graphing. Now let's do this last bit. Parallel and perpendicular lines. Are the lines of blank and blank parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Okay, well, remember, parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes, and neither means neither. So to find the slope, we have to solve for y. So let's solve this first one for y. We subtract 6x. That goes away. 4y equals, I'm going to put the -6x first, but it's kind of your choice. We divide by 4. Y equals -6 divided by 4 would reduce to -3 over 2. X. 8 divided by 4 is +2. So that's that one. We change colors for the other guy. We'll do green. If I solve this for y, I add 3x. That goes away. -2y equals 0 plus 3x is just 3x. We divide by -2. And y equals 3 divided by -2 is -3 over 2x. Good. Now let's look at our slopes. We have a slope of 3 over 2 right here. Maybe, hang on, if it'll let me highlight. Sorry. Never mind. Okay, so we have a slope of -3 over 2 and a slope of -3 over 2. Since they are the same, the lines are parallel. Lines are, I'm going to use a symbol, parallel. Okay, so very quick review of graphing and a little bit of parallel and perpendicular lines. Great job.